All right, let's get off this. Woo woo wee wah! We're here finally. Internet problems. Big time internet problems here at the Pro Wrestling Sauce podcast. That's right. This is Pro Wrestling Sauce with Jacob and Josh, and I am Josh O'Leary. No Jacob. That's right. No Jacob. Zero Jacob tonight on tonight's program. You're going to get no Jacob. You're also going to be getting the show 20 minutes late here. Oh, man. My apologies, guys. I didn't know what was going on. I was very confused with this whole internet ordeal. It said I was fully connected to the internet. It said, yo, you are good and nice and supreme. And then Google wouldn't load anything. Nothing would load. Zero internet activities would load on this computer. But we are here live, and I see in the chat, what do I see in the chat? I see Biggie Sanchez in the chat after 3 weeks of not hearing from this guy. 3 weeks of 1 week of a no-show. You no-showed 1 week, said he was going to call in. Says Biggie Sanchez chimes in and says, boo. He says, I feel like I'm watching an AEW production. I don't feel like it's that bad. Or that good. No wonder I've stayed away from the show for 3 weeks. Boo. Yeah. Okay. You want to get into booing, Biggie? Don't make me start booing. Don't make me start booing, because I'll boo. Okay. You should have that XBRAND wrestling viral championship around your waist, and you do not. Boo. Boo. Major fucking boo. Okay. After all the support we put in, you don't win that title? Boo. Boo. I'm gonna get off the rails, dude. I'm gonna go crazy. Absolutely fucking bonkers. Biggie, you're welcome to call in tonight. If you would like to chime in and chat, you're welcome to call in. But no, that's right. Jacob and Josh, Pro Wrestling Sauce. I am Josh O'Leary. No Jacob tonight. As I said, he is at work. I didn't realize that his work schedule was going to be falling onto the Pro Wrestling Sauce territory. But it did this. It did this whole month, actually. It fell this whole month. So we are either going to be recording our shows and it won't be live, or we're just going to stay. I think we might stay live. I think we're going to stay live and just do it on a different day. So stay tuned here. Subscribe here to slipperhouseextraextra.com if you want to find out which day me and Jacob are going to be doing the sauce this month, the rest of this month, since he's missing this show here tonight. He won't be missing any future programs. Well, that's not true. He may. He may. I'm letting people know I'm on. I'm letting people know I'm on right now. People that were waiting, and I had people waiting in the chat, and they're gone now. They're gone. And I'm letting Jacob know. Jacob's hard away at work, working on trash bags. You know, he's putting away those trash bags. Jacob just got himself a brand new pair of steel toe shoes. I didn't even know they made steel toe shoes. I thought they only made steel toe boots. I didn't know they just made normal everyday shoe with a steel toe. It's like a running shoe he's got. He's got like a, what is that brand? The Under Armour. He's got an Under Armour shoe. It's pretty cool. I've never seen a Under Armour shoe. Steel toe. I want to say boot every time. Steel toe boot. Steel toe shoe. How's everybody doing tonight? There you go. There's Jake. He's here. How's everybody doing tonight? He's in the chat. Real Sounds of Butt. Please don't go to that YouTube channel and check out what's on there. Please do not do that. If you're an audio listener, please subscribe to the to the YouTube and join the live chat if you so wish. You can check out Jacob's personal Real Sounds of Butt YouTube channel through the live chat. All right. It's good to know that Jacob's here, hard at work at his job, watching Pro Wrestling Sauce. That's good. That's what you should all be doing. If you're just sitting home doing nothing, this is what you should be doing every Wednesday night. Every Wednesday night. Wednesday nights are for Pro Wrestling Sauce and Survivor. At the end of this month, Survivor's coming back. That's right. We're going to be talking Pro Survivor Sauce. Maybe on Local Tonight. But not here. Not on the Pro Wrestling Sauce, where we only talk pro wrestling. Speaking of which, I've got a docket. I have a docket here tonight. Got a juicy one that I'm going to hold off on some things that I was going to do with Jacob. I was going to be trying some new items here tonight for the sake of our sponsor later on in the program, but we will not be doing that here tonight. We'll be doing that at a later date. Like I said, we'll be coming up with a later date of when to do these live. Our regular Wednesday show it'll stay Wednesday, but for this month we're switching things up just because of Jacob's work schedule. So that's how it goes. We'll get to let me take a sip and let's get to some rest. All right. We've taken a sip. Let's get to some fucking wrestling. Alrighty then. Let's see. Let's see here. What do I want to talk about first? Is Io Sky and Asuka even still happening? Is that still the feud? I'm so confused with the women in WWE of what the fuck is going on with the women in WWE. We had a return. I'll get to that in a minute. We had a return. That's still a little too premature to be dissecting and all of that. But Asuka, Io Sky, Charlotte, Becky, I can name them all on one hand. Who matters? That's not good. You need more. You need more. Regardless, take the AEW approach. You need more. You cannot have 6 women that this title or whatever gets. They got Becky Lynch with the NXT title. They don't have anything for these women to do. They have nothing for them to do except pretend like they don't like each other. All 6 of them. And interchange titles. It's totally lame. Women's Revolution, my ass. Horrible. They never, you know what? They had that pay-per-view, that all women's pay-per-view, and then you didn't hear shit about it afterwards from the WWE. And now that they've merged with Endeavor, I expect to see even less women. Even less women on TV being represented in a good light by WWE. A lot of, don't get me wrong, the 6 women that are there and showcased have talent. But there needs to be a bigger roster of women there. Because I know all 6 of them. You know, you got Asuka, you got Io Sky and Damage Control. You've got Charlotte, you've got Becky, you've got Rhea Ripley, and you've got Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Morgan. I mean, I know it's more than 6. But it's still very, very small. So it's like, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Jacob chimes in. He says, yes, still happening. Io and Asuka the Grouch. Ooh, Asuka the Grouch. I like that. Is she grouchy? I didn't know. Is she grouchy? She grouchy girl? I'm down for that match. I hope Io pulls that match out. I hope it's a good match, because honestly, Asuka's been a lot of hype in these matches have just not lived up to the hype. They have not, and I'm not going to say it's her fault. I'm going to say whoever's producing these matches, it's their fault. Okay, better not be you, Tyson Kidd, or Jason Jordan. You better be getting your ass in line and getting ready to put on a show with Io Sky and Asuka, because that could be a fucking killer match. These women could have killer matches, but they just, like, take Rhea Ripley, for example. She's got absolutely fucking no one to wrestle. So who do they bring back? Who do they bring back? Let's go to our next segment before we talk about who they bring back. And our next segment is what put me to sleep? What put me to sleep? Shoo. Shoo. All right, let's see what put me to sleep, and that was all of Monday Night Raw. All of Monday Night Raw put me to sleep. For sure. 100%. This episode of Raw was the ending of the Vince McMahon era, per se. He's still in charge, but now they're under the TKO group, Endeavor, and shows going forward will not be under the Vince McMahon, just him owned era. So, if that's the case, they went out with that's what they went out with. Because this show was boring. The highlight of this Monday Night Raw was the return of the 7th woman. And there's no longer 6 women on the WWE roster. There's 7 because we've got Nia Jax. She's back, and guess what? She thought this show was boring too. She thought this show was fucking boring. Jacob chimes in and says Raw was also in our hometown. Stinky. No, it wasn't in our hometown. It was where we lived there before, but it was not in our hometown. It was long ago. Long away from our hometown. 5 hours to be exact. Yeah. Norfolk, Virginia. That's where Raw was. Nia Jax returned. Nia Jax confronted Rhea Ripley. Sat on her. Now we're going to get Nia Jax versus Rhea Ripley, which I believe Rhea Ripley will come out with the win here. But I am glad to see Nia Jax back. And Jacob, if he was here, he would also contest to this. Big Nia Jax fans. We love Nia Jax. I think she's hilarious. I also think that she's different. I like seeing her in the ring with people. It's a different style of match. She's injured people. She injures people in a sport where you get injured. Nuts. I'm glad to see her back. I love Nia. Bring some more people in like her that can take Rhea Ripley on. That's what we want to see. We want to see, they always talk about big, meaty men slapping meat. What about big, meaty women slapping meat? Why can't they slap meat? It's a lot more entertaining than Xavier Woods and Drew McIntyre. Like, let me get some powerhouse women up in there to overshadow this. Xavier Woods, yeah, that's right, Nia. Drew McIntyre, Xavier Woods. And the only reason this happened is because the dumbass Matt Riddle is self-sabotaging his own career. Why is that happening? Why is he doing this? I didn't like Matt Riddle to begin with. No boot wearing fuck can get lost. I do not care about Matt Riddle. But he was in a program with Drew McIntyre in the New Day, and now that's been scrapped because Matt Riddle's at airports claiming people are sexually assaulting him with no proof, allegedly, and no backup, allegedly. So he's been taken off the show. There's things going on with Matt Riddle, and quite honestly, they should just cut ties. I would see no loss. I do not care. I see no money in a RK Bro reunion. Shut the fuck up. Do not care. Randy Orton needs to stand on his own when he comes back. He needs to not be associated with any dumb fucking tag team. Okay? And that includes Matt Riddle. Jacob chimes in. Let me read his latest recording here. Nia Jax is great. Love her sit-down splash. I call it the flush bottom drop. You know what you should call her finishing move? My hole. My hole! Drew versus Jay next week. Oh, yeah. Jay Uso versus Drew McIntyre next week. Drew needs to be a heel, Jacob says in the chat, and that is very true. Jake is completely right here. Drew does need to be a heel. And you can see the little teensy weeny bit that he's slowly becoming a heel, but he's not quite a heel yet. He needs to do it, and maybe this will be a little less boring. You know, maybe Nia will find this a little less boring. Maybe I will find this a little less boring. But Drew versus Xavier without the Matt Riddle, it's like a feud that happened and it's like, just get rid of it. You know, no one cares. Boo. This guy from last week. Boo. Who was he booing? He was booing the Viking Raiders. That's right. He was booing the Viking Raiders, which I agree with. All of Raw was a snooze fest, guys. All of Raw was a snooze fest. There is no way around it. I'm sorry to anyone who enjoyed the program, but I most certainly did not. We're going to get out of this segment now. Let's get out of there. Get out of that segment. Let's see. Drew needs to be heel. It's coming. Yes, in the chat. Please join us in the chat for Pro Wrestling Sauce. Action. Speaking of action, dude, I'm sorry. I was setting up all this. I got to pee. That's what you're going to get on this show is pee time. So I've got to pee, and I'll be right back. I'm back. Don't worry, everybody. My bathroom is just literally to my left. So or to my right. My bad. I don't know which side I'm on. Yeah, we're back. Let's check out what we got on this docket. Nakamura and Seth freaking Rollins. We're continuing this, I guess. Yeah, that's what I put in last week. We're continuing this, I guess. If you're an audio listener, you got to subscribe to the channel to see these great graphics that I come up with. Here we have Shinsuke Nakamura whispering to Seth Rollins about his back. But I guess what I put that he would whisper is, we're continuing this, I guess. Which we are continuing this, I guess. And I feel like if Nakamura beat Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight title the second time after he didn't beat him the first time, I feel like that stings. That stings nice and good, and I want it to happen. It stings nice and good, and I want it to happen. Let's put that title on Shinsuke. The only problem with that is that I see people seeing less of this title because they put it on Shinsuke, which makes no fucking sense. Like, oh, Shinsuke's not, he hasn't been a top guy this whole time like Seth Rollins has. We can't possibly put this fucking title on him, which I don't think they will, but I hope. I hope that they put this title on Nakamura. He's been there a long time, and I thought he would have had one of these big boy titles by now anyway, and he has not. So let's get that title on Nakamura. That's my thoughts on this match. I'm not going to go too crazy here with this match. Let's see. Oh, it's we're about 20 minutes into the program here on Pro Wrestling Sauce with Jacob and Josh, minus Jacob. And it's time. It's that time for the big moment. The sponsor has chimed in, and it is time for the Cody Rhodes Moment of the Week, brought to you by Zero Bar. That's right. The Cody Rhodes Moment of the Week, brought to you by Zero Bar. And Cody Rhodes, again, is here this week with some chiming in. There's his little mini Zero Bar. He's got some words to say this week, of course. Some of his favorite catchphrases about Zero Bar. We can't get enough Zero Bar in the Rhodes family. He loves it. He loves this shit. He eats it every day, and that's what keeps Cody fit and lean and looking pristine. Thank you to Zero Bar for sponsoring the Cody Rhodes Moment of the Week. And Cody Rhodes' Moment of the Week. And what did he do this week? What the fuck did Cody Rhodes do this week? Does anybody know? Jacob, are you in the chat? Can you tell me what Cody Rhodes has done this week? I mean, I know he did the Superstar Spectacular in India, and has he been on TV? Has he been farting around doing anything? What do you do, a tag match, something like that? The whole Jey Uso storyline, when's he getting traded? When's Cody Rhodes getting traded? No idea. But I've got no specific moment for Cody this week. Cody's kind of been laying low this week, I must say. He's been laying low. And that's fine. That's fine. We're going to keep having these moments of the week until Cody wins that big one. Until Cody wins the big WWE Championship from Roman after being drafted to SmackDown in a trade for Jey Uso. Will these moments of the week stop and come to a halt? A screeching halt. A screeching halt. These moments will stop. There will be no more moments of the week because the moment of the year will happen. The moment of the century will happen as President Cody Rhodes is finally crowned our champion. You know? And then Zero Bar will get a big payday. Big giant. What was that? A big giant payday. You know? Whoa. I don't mean the payday to the candy bar. I do not mean payday to the candy bar. I apologize to Zero Bar for mentioning payday to the candy bar. I meant they will have a huge sum of money coming their way after Cody Rhodes wins this championship and bites directly into a Zero Bar. Immediately after winning the title, Cody Rhodes will be biting directly into a Zero Bar. Okay, he will be supporting his sponsor and our sponsor after winning this championship. Cody might even get Zero Bar side plates for the world heavyweight title. Yeah. That's how deep this sponsorship runs. And if you would like to know more about our Zero Bar sponsorship, please tune in next week for whenever we decide that we're going to be going live. You got to subscribe to the channel to find out. We're normally live Wednesdays, but we'll be going live at a different time next week due to Jacob's work schedule. Just subscribe and you will see Jacob and myself eating and enjoying and getting all the protein and nutrients from 0 bars next week. Next week, we'll be eating a 0 bar here live for the Nightmare family. Cody Rhodes will be eating that 0 bar and getting all the supplements and nutrients from it. You know, pre-workout and post-workout, you can always catch Cody Rhodes eating a 0 bar. Fuck you, 0 bar. I feel like that's a good tagline. Out of all the ones I wrote, fuck you, 0 bar. Jacob's probably scared to try the 0 bar. All right, let's see what Jacob has said in the chat. I haven't been over here on the chat. And Jacob's in the chat just going off. Nia Jax is great. Love her. Oh, wait, I read this one already. Also, I think they are doing something with Ciampa, a.k.a. DIY. And Chad might just do it. Cody went after Dom again. Oh, yeah, the Dominic. It's Cody versus Dom. I guess that's Cody Rhodes' big giant moment of the week. I don't know. I guess that's his big moment, according to Jacob. Maybe not. Let me get all these ads off here. Huh? We don't need to be seeing all that. The moment is over. The Cody Rhodes moment is over. Let me get to what else Jacob said, and that's that he thinks they're doing something with Ciampa and DIY. What are they doing? What are they doing with Ciampa and DIY? Okay, their tag team division is almost as fucking sad as their women's division. They've got the New Day. They've got random people they pair up, like Matt Riddle and Drew McIntyre. And, you know, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Honestly, like that's not going to work out in the long run. They've already lost the titles. The only real actual tag teams, whether I like them or not, the Viking Raiders, they are a real tag team. They're presented as a real tag team. The New Day, they're a real tag team. Who else is in there? Am I forgetting anybody on the main fucking roster that's an actual tag team? I don't even think Alpha Academy would contribute anymore. They don't wrestle as a tag team really. Who is on the main roster? The Usos? No, they're not a tag team. Who's there? That's a tag team. The tag team titles are a joke if you've only got 4 fucking tag teams. The women's titles are a joke if you've only got 6 women and 2 fucking women's titles. That's so stupid. 3 at this point. You've done put the NXT title on Becky Lynch. Not good for me. Don't like it. I almost think too many titles. Like, too many titles. Just go to one. Let's unify some of those bad boys. Let's unify some of those. Maybe not the World Heavyweight and the WWE, but we could definitely go ahead, make 1 belt out of the fucking tag team championships. We can make 1 belt out of the women's championship. It should be Rhea Ripley. She should be the only standing women's championship. Even though I love Io Sky, I'm glad she's won the title. Let's be fair and honest. After that initial win, who cares? She's still in Damage Control. She's got little to no character. Bailey's her fucking character, I guess. Which is lame. They need to step it up. They need to put some oomph behind these people we give a shit about. And they're not doing it. They're not going to do it. If you like tag team wrestling, if you like women's wrestling, I suggest you watch Impact and AEW. Because there's probably a ton of it over there. AEW's roster is just, it's a fucking high school yearbook over there. You got 1 million people over there. Uh-oh. Bing, 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 bing. Quiz time from Jake. Quiz time from Jake. He says, which WWE superstar won the most championships in the 2010s? John Cena. Is that correct? Am I correct with John Cena? My second guess would be The Miz. What's the answer there, Jacob? Chime in the chat. Chime in. Let's see if you're still listening. I don't know if you're watching or not. Anyway, I digress. We move on here on the program. Please like, share, and subscribe. A nice little fun solo show for everyone here tonight. No Jacob. It was kind of impromptu tonight. I thought about doing it at a different time. It was just like, let's go live. And then I had the whole internet fiasco. And then after that happened, I was like, I'm determined to get on the fucking air here. And I was determined to have Big E call in too. He's like, oh, no wonder I missed this show for 3 weeks. I had to wait 15 minutes and now I have to go to bed. Whatever, dude. You couldn't even beat the Goomba. Here we go. Here's Jake's answer. Jacob asked me. Quiz time. Which WWE superstar won the most championships in the 2010s? And I guess John Cena and The Miz. And he says the answer is Kofi Kingston. The Miz was second. Okay, so, I was pretty damn close. Pretty damn close. I would say Ziggler's up there, too. Like, Ziggler had a ton of titles in the 2010s. Ton of titles. Del Rio, all those guys. Sheamus, they were just kind of Daniel Bryan. All those belts were just on and off those guys all the fucking time in the 2010s. So it was kind of a hard quiz there, Jake, to be asking that question. But yeah. Anyway, I don't know what I was talking about. Big E Sanchez. I don't know what's getting him all sore on the inside. I do not. He should have beat the Goomba. He didn't. Maybe he's in a sulk after that. I would be. We know he's had matches after that. We had last week. We had Jacob's fantastic rendition of my well-written rap song about John West and Big E Sanchez's upcoming match against John West. There it is. There's the flyer. Settling the Score Regional Championship Wrestling. Live from Fleetwood, Pennsylvania, September 16th. 34 West Main Street. There's the flyer. Check it out. As you see, John West versus Big E Sanchez for their Ultimate Championship over there. Their big boy title. You got Dagumba over there in a different match. You got Dagumba versus the Warden versus the Alliance. Wow, clever fucking name, Alliance. Yeah, this is Big E Sanchez's next big match. Only 3 days away here. Only 3 days away. And if you want to hear the great rap that Jacob performed last week, go to the end of the program last week and check that out. I'm not going to do it again for you here. But, Jacob's got some more information about his 2010s championships. He says Kofi won 15 titles in 2010s. Miz won 14. So Kofi 15, Miz 14. Miz, I feel like, outranks Kofi here, Jake. Even though Kofi won 15 titles in 2010, the 2010s, the Miz won the WWE title in the 2010s. And I don't think Kofi did. When did Kofi win the title? It was not the 2010s. Was it? Am I wrong? Did Kofi win in 2020? I'm confused. 2019, maybe. I guess that counts as 2010s. They're almost title for title there. Kofi and The Miz. That's pretty interesting. All right, let's go to the next program. Next segment here on the docket. And the next segment on the docket is, guess what? We didn't talk about it first because Jacob, I didn't watch a single... Not sure what happened. Not sure what happened. We just lost internet. We did. I just lost internet, and I had to reconnect like while live. But it's like, what's going on with our internet? It's fucking Spectrum, dude. Fucking Spectrum. Jake says we're back. I haven't seen it catch up yet, but he also says Biggie can't disrespect this program. Biggie Sanchez can't disrespect this program because after the loss to Dagumba, Biggie is nothing more than a fart in the wind. Biggie's fart in the wind wouldn't sound like that, though, would it? All right. Good stuff. Also, good for Mr. Tony Khan. His life was not in danger tonight, says Jacob. Yeah, good for him. He didn't have to come out on stage and sit in a chair. That's good. I'm glad he didn't have to come out on stage and sit in a chair. That would have been bad. If he felt like he was in danger tonight, who was backstage tonight? Who was going to kick his ass tonight? No one. All of a sudden, there's zero problems. All of a sudden, there's zero fights when CM Punk's not back there. And don't get me wrong. I am not a shill for the elite. If you've watched any of this program, you know that me and Jacob both dislike Kenny Omega. We both dislike the Young Bucks. Not fans of their. I'm not a fan. I'm a fan of Kenny Omega's wrestling. I think he's good. I'm not a fan of the Young Bucks wrestling. It looks very pre-planned and stuff. I just don't like it. But I don't hate them, I guess. They put themselves over a little too much, but who wouldn't? You love yourself. You got to love yourself a little bit. CM Punk loves himself too much. A little too much. For some reason, everyone out in the world is out to get CM Punk, according to him. Everyone out there is out to get him. Poor little old me. Oh my gosh, I can only have 3 friends ever. I'm so loyal. I am a loyal person, okay? I will not stab you in the back. All I've ever heard is CM Punk just stabbing people in the back. That's all I've ever heard. Oh wow, he's friends with FTR and like Ace Steel and like 2 other people within the company. Everybody else fucking hated him. And then you got people like Jim Cornette on their podcast being like, well, CM Punk, he gave it to Kenny Olivier in the box, and CM Punk's a joke. AEW would prosper a lot better if they put all of their fucking cards and all of their chips or whatever the fuck you want to call it with MJF. It would be so much better. But instead, you've got him goofing around with Adam Cole acting like a babyface when it's not fooling anyone. 0 people are fooled by this. Oh my God, I can't believe he turned on Adam Cole. I can't believe Adam Cole turned on MJF. No, I do not care. Make this guy an asshole again. Make him go out there and talk some shit, because that's what was making me watch. MJF calling the owner a fucking mark, that was getting my eyes on the screen. That was getting me talking about this show. The only reason I'm talking about this show right now is because I'm referencing the good things that happened in the past that they should continue to do. Let's get rid of all the CM Punk stuff. Let's put it behind us. Let's get that spotlight back on MJF. Let's have MJF go out there and tear some people up limb from limb on this microphone. Because that's what needs to happen. Jake says we back. We are back. We are back. But if you watch AEW every week and you'd like to chime in here at the top of the program, because me and Jacob usually talk about AEW directly after Dynamite here at 10:15 every Wednesday on SlipperhouseExtraExtra.com. If you'd like to chime in, feel free to. We'll definitely read your comment, and we'll definitely talk about whatever it is that's going on AEW. But until then, no more AEW. Get out of here, Digital Wardlow. You're done, son. Please subscribe today. SlipperHouseExtraExtra.com. It's hard to point. I'm mirrored. There we go. Subscribe today. Austin Theory. I remember when this picture came out of Austin Theory, people said he looked like the Fiend. He does. Excuse me. Pardon me. He does look like the Fiend here. I hate Austin Theory's little tuft. I've never liked anybody that has a little tuft right there. Just a small beard, like they shave everything else, but they keep that little bit that covers like the butt chin area. I hate that. I absolutely hate that. Anyway, let's move on. Let's go to the next thing on the docket. And what is it? What do we have here tonight? It's Miz. He's cracking up. He thinks I'm a hilarious boy, YouTube boy. Get out of here, Miz. Oh, wait. There's LA Knight. Oh, no. Miz and LA Knight. This is still going on? There's Miz. There's LA Knight. There's John Cena. There's also Grayson Waller. I don't have a GIF for Grayson Waller here tonight. Sorry, everybody. But there's also Grayson Waller involved in all this, which I just see him as a tall, slender Australian Miz, I guess is what he is. Tall, slender Australian Miz. Not as cool as the Miz, but whatever. We've got him intertwined in this feud now. I'm not really sure where this is going. Maybe Jacob has some more insight on this. Jacob said he's chiming in right now. He says, talk about how LA Knight and Paul Heyman segment backstage on SmackDown. They're teasing it, yeah, but Roman will win. Oh my God, dude. Jake, the last thing. They're doing everything right with LA Knight right now. They're doing everything right. The last thing they need to do is put him in a fucking program with Roman Reigns, okay? He is over like Rover with these fans. They don't need another over like Rover babyface going in and losing to Roman again. Cody did it at May. We've seen so many people fucking do it for the past 3 years. We don't need the next person that's actually over organically to go in there and lose to Roman. And if they're teasing that, fuck them. What shit. What utter shit. I'm not even that big of an LA Knight fan. I think he's kind of gimmicky, and he kind of makes me cringe a little bit sometimes. But he's over like Rover, and the fucking audience loves him. The audience fucking loves him. Jacob loves him. And if you want to continue to actually give him a real push, you will not put him in a program with Roman Reigns. Okay. Jacob is saying Roman won't be back until Rumble time. Jesus, that's a while. That's a little while for Roman not to be back. But, you know, I could see that also being very true. He some well-deserved time off. I mean, he's had a lot of matches in the past three years of his title reign. Maybe we will get no Roman until the Rumble. That would be very surprising, but I don't know. What about, I got rid of the graphic here, but what about the Gunter celebration? The Gunter, I do not have a graphic. We're going to talk about Gunter's Intercontinental Championship reign here. Gunter, with the two pillars beside him there, looking stout with Ludwig Toothpick and the Bald. Looking very good. Big celebration for his championship streak. Defeating the Honky Tonk Man. And then you had Chad Gable come out and speak some words. The only thing is that this was really good. And I was all about Chad Gable last week. I was so all about Chad Gable. His daughter was crying. Oh, my God. So sad. But this week I am all about Gunter, because I really liked what he said to Chad Gable and how he was like, you're using your crying daughter to get you a moment in the spotlight, blah, blah, blah. He was good this week. Gunter was good this week. And I see a lot of people talking shit to Keith Lee about how he's like, oh, poor Walter, poor Gunter, because they changed his name to Gunther. And he's like, oh, he's going to die. Like, I don't know. Maybe not. You know? Maybe you'd be standing between two pillars as Bearcat Keith Lee. Maybe you would. Maybe you would. All I know is right now, you're just a blob over there in AEW that I do not care about. You just come out and the only thing I know about Keith Lee is that he smells his own farts when he comes out in his entrance. That's all I know. He's married to Mia Yim, who's also a wrestling fart. Jacob chimes in the chat. Here we go. Why would he compete at Fastlane? Whack. Chad and Gunther is gold. Why would who compete at Fastlane? Roman? I don't believe Roman would compete at Fastlane. You're right. You're right about that. Chad and Gunther is gold. Who is beating Gunther? I think Chad might be it. I think Chad should be it. I think you should have Gunther, like I said last week, you should have Gunther beat this streak of the Honky Tonk Man. And then when it comes down to just a few weeks later, he loses. That way he's the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion. And we can crown a new champion. And it'll send everybody home happy, especially if that little girl's happy. Everyone will be going home happy, I guarantee it. Jacob chimes in again to my Keith Lee comments. It says, Mr. Keith Lee is the top dollar of AEW. You know, I wouldn't say he's that bad. I would not say he's top dollar area. Okay, I don't think Keith Lee has ever posted his bare naked ass on Twitter, you know, for fucking clout like Top Dollar does. Keith Lee is a very personal person. He keeps to himself, and that's fine. But that doesn't mean I have to like his fucking character and him coming out smelling his farts. And he's really got no character. Like, everybody's character, I feel like a lot of everybody's character in WWE is just Miz's catchphrase. They're just like, I'm awesome. That's my character, is that I'm awesome. Original. Cool. It's just like the women. They're like, oh, I've dyed my hair purple and it matches my gear. I'm awesome. You know, same for the guys. Same for the guys. You got Keith Lee coming out there being like, my fart smells good. I'm awesome. You know? You got Darby Allin coming out there being like, skateboarding's cool. I'm awesome. You know what I want to see Darby Allin do? Can I talk about Darby Allin for a second? Can I combine the worlds of skateboarding? I'm a skateboarder, former skateboarder, or not a current one, but Darby Allin takes on the whole skateboarding gimmick. I've yet to see him do a fucking trick. Like, ever. I've never seen Darby. I mean, I know he can. What is happening? We've been disconnecting and reconnecting, and Spectrum is just utter shit tonight, dude. I have never been more disappointed with Spectrum service than tonight. Absolute garbage. You will be getting a letter in the mail, sir. No, you won't. Not from me, but Spectrum, come on, dude. Get better. What the fuck, dude? I had trouble coming on tonight, and now I'm having trouble connecting and staying connected with full fucking bars. What is going on, dude? Our power went out here. We have no power lines here. 0 power lines in this neighborhood. And our power goes out for hours. And then ever since then, Spectrum's been very flaky. Very, very flaky. Spectrum needs to do better. You know, there's only like so many internet providers around for some reason. If there's like 0 fucking competition in the internet providing service, Spectrum needs an attitude adjustment. They need an attitude adjustment. It's all Snitsky's fault, says Jake. It is all Snitsky's fault. All these internet problems and, you know, the reason why Big E Sanchez lost to Goomba and the reason Matt Riddle was attacked at the airport and the reason, all these reasons, you know, the reason Nia Jax came back, Snitsky did it. It is Snitsky's fault, you know. Dude, Snitsky's crazy, bro. He kicked a baby on TV. He kicked a baby doll on TV, and the crowd went crazy. I remember that. I remember watching that live and being actually pissed at Snitsky as a child. I was like, oh fuck no, dude. Fuck Snitsky. Also, his yellow teeth and stuff. Dude, what a character, honestly. Very memorable. Very, very memorable. They should have done something with him because honestly, he was jacked. He was huge. They could still do something with him. But I'm afraid he'll get the Carlito treatment and he'll get signed. And then they'll just be like, yeah, we forgot that we already had 4 Latino people on our roster. We're going to have to wait until one of those 4 goes away. Okay. We've already got Mysterio and Escobar. Okay. We don't want to overload the whites with too much Mexicans. Okay. You know, it's probably what Vince and his fucking pencil-thin mustache is sitting back there saying. You've got too many Latinos on. You've already got the Latino world order. You don't need Carlito coming in. You're going to only appeal to the Latino audience. They probably have fucking meetings like this backstage in WWE. You know? And thank God Tony Khan doesn't. That's the one thing that Tony Khan is good about. Is like, this dude doesn't have a racist bone in his body, which I can say that Vince McMahon definitely does. At least 87 of Vince McMahon's bones are racist. Okay, he's got many racist bones in his body. No, I don't think Tony Khan does. I think Tony Khan is a good guy at heart, and we make fun of him and stuff when it comes down to it. But when it comes down to it, Tony is probably the better owner and probably the better guy to like try to get along with and connect with and all that stuff. Vince, you've never heard people of connecting with Vince really well. People saw him as some sort of weird, distant father figure, and that's not good. That's not a good thing to be doing. And now he's walking around looking like fucking, you know, Ricky Ricardo or whatever the fuck he's dressed as. You know, he's like, Lucy, you got. He's like. It's like, Triple H, you got some splaining to do. Why did you book Bronson Reed versus The Miz? You know. The baby deserved it? Whoa, Jake. Jesus Christ. The baby that Snitsky punted deserved it? I don't know about that, dude. That was a baby doll. And the baby is referring to is the Lita's baby with Kane, I believe. Lita was supposed to have a baby with Kane, and Snitsky punted it across the arena. Jacob chimes in and says, Carlito is cool. I love you, Carlito. Well, you know, Carlito needs to do something cool. They need to do something cool with Carlito. Carlito is cool, but they need to do something cool with him. Because as far as I know, he's just backstage hanging out, eating catering. I don't even know if he's backstage. I think he's at home. I think they're waiting to call him. We'll see. I've also heard that the Authors of Pain are signed. I heard that the Authors of Pain have been signed just for as long as Carlito has been signed. and they're doing nothing with them. I don't know whether that includes Paul Ellering, which he's not dead. We looked that up last week. He is not dead. I don't know whether Paul Ellering is included in that, but I doubt it. I think Authors of Pain, I could take him or leave him, honestly. I'm more so, like, out of all the people that are signed and we haven't seen anything from yet, Carlito is the main one that we want to see somebody do something with. For sure. But, yeah. All right. We're getting to an hour here. I've been rambling here for an hour. I don't even think I got to everything on the docket, which is surprising. Yeah, I didn't get to anything. Oh, here we go. The Miz beat Tozawa. Thank goodness, right? Thank goodness. Got that win back. 2 wins for Miz this year. 2 wins for the Miz this year. Let's give Miz a round of applause, please. Congratulations, Miz. And congratulations, Tozawa. Now you're now 1-1. This is the feud of the year 2023. Miz and Tozawa. I can't wait to see round 3 and where that goes. I have no idea where it's gonna go, but I'm excited for it. Let's see what Jacob has to say in the chat. You know, he's got something to say in there. Oh, nothing. We don't have a Jacob in the chat, maybe. I love you, Carlito. All right. Let's get out of here. Let's end this program. You can follow me on Twitter at Joshua O'Leary. Or not Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. OHW_Jacob for Jacobs. They're right there on the bottom of the screen, right below. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so now at slipperhouseextraextra.com. That takes you directly to the YouTube channel. Hit subscribe. We've got House Assembly every Sunday at 9 o'clock. We've got Local Tonight coming soon every Friday at 9. And we've got Pro Wrestling Sauce every Wednesday, 10:15 Eastern Standard Time, right here on slipperhouseextraextra.com. Internet problems or not, we're always coming to you. At some point, we'll be there. Do not worry. We've got multiple sources. I've got laptops. I will get myself up here somehow, some way. Somehow, some way, I'll make it here. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. I appreciate it. If you're an audio listener, don't forget, you can find us on all the podcast streaming platforms, Spotify, Stitcher, RIP Stitcher. I heard Stitcher is dying. Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Google, Deezer, all that stuff. Just type in Pro Wrestling Sauce and your Google, dude. We're there. You can go in the back catalog and listen all the way up to, I believe, Royal Rumble 2021 is when we started the show, the Royal Rumble. And Jacob's in the chat mentioning Royal Rumble now, so go and subscribe and check us out. My apologies again for Jacob not being here tonight and for not the typical conversation, kind of just me talking to myself here. Jacob would have been here, but I did not question his work schedule. I've completely forgot that he started a new job and has been working these weird 4-day off schedules, and it landed on a weird day this month. So, for my 7th time explaining it to you on this program, there it is. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. It's been a fun time. I apologize for all the technical issues and for starting late. If you're watching this afterwards, you got nothing to worry about. And Jacob, I know you're listening, and I hope you have a good rest of your night at work. Jacob will be there all night. He works long shifts. He works through the night. And I hope you have a great rest of your night at work. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you next week at a select time. Don't forget, select time. We're not going to be here at Wednesday at 10:15 next week, just next week. we'll figure out another time to come up so Jacob can be here and we can talk all the wrestling. There hasn't been a lot that's been going on this week. Really, there really hasn't. So, I filled the air for an hour and a couple minutes. So, all right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.